Thank you, and welcome. So happy you could all join us here. This winter meeting. So I wrote out yesterday evening that we would be speaking English here today, both because our guest from Germany, who we will get to later on, and also some of the participants here may not be native Danish speakers, so we'll be hosting this event in English today. But apparently I forgot to translate the first slide up here. So winter meeting, January 24. And we like to start out by getting to know each other. So a quick round table, one by one. I can start out by presenting myself. My name is Daniel. I am the community leader for the Atlassian community here in Aarhus. And when I'm not up here hosting community events in my day job, I'm an Atlassian consultant with Translucent. We have our office here in the building. I've been with Translucent for coming up on 7 years now and doing all sorts of tasks related to the Atlassian ecosystem. I do a lot of implementations, training, configuration, support, all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
My name is Martin Nørgaard. I work at Comstock.
Again, nice to see so many familiar and new faces here today. Hope we get to have some great chats throughout the afternoon. Our agenda for today, I'll start out by presenting some of the latest news, mostly product news from Atlassian. Then I'll hand over to Sven, shape up your team. We'll have a quick break, then Helle will give us a quick demonstration of Atlas. We've heard quite a lot of interest in Atlas, still a fairly new product, so looking forward to seeing that. And Sven has promised me he can give a bit of insight into how this product came to be within Atlassian. From there, it's, well, basically networking, enjoying each other's company, talking about what we've learned today. And I think Morten has ordered pizza for us. So we have that to look forward to. So, Atlassian news, products, improvements, announcements. What's the latest? Well, before we get to that, and for those of you who've been here before, you'll know this. The goal here for me in this forum is not somewhere for me to just stand up here and tell you about what I think of the world and tell you about Atlassian products. That's a part of it. But this is a community-driven forum, community-driven events, and we really need your input here. I have some of the topics that have previously been expressed interest in, so test management, automation, how do we manage our licenses for the products, health checks of our configuration, so forth, asset management using formerly Insight now assets. And these are just examples. We've set up a board here. On the table you will find sticky notes. I've made a room here where you can put up any topic you'd like to hear about. You can put up some larger themes perhaps, like the theme today's teamwork, any other. Please put them up here. And we'd love to hear from you. If you already know that you have something you'd like to tell us about on an upcoming meeting, do come and have a chat with me, or, yeah, sorry, forgot that one. Over the coming days, weeks, months, don't hesitate to reach out. Here's my community email address, my phone number, and you may also join our LinkedIn group. Just go to LinkedIn and search for ACE Aarhus, and we'll make sure to let you in. In there, we'll also share news about the our community group. We'll share videos, so we are recording the speech today. Joining here will give you access to that. Also, by the way, on the board here, I've made space at the bottom here. You can use the sticky notes here as well. We don't really need any input, any text or anything, but we are considering moving some of these meetings to virtual, like Teams or Zoom-based meetings instead. And we'd like to know your preference. Do you like meeting up here in person as we do right now? Would you like some more virtual meetings? Perhaps a combination of the two. You can put more than one sticker on here. So, the group is yours. We would love your input. Please let me know if you have anything you'd like to present. And with that, back to the Atlassian news. I've picked out some of the announcements we've had over the past few months, some of the ones I found most interesting. You might have seen others. You can let us know. But what I have chosen for today, first off, Helle mentioned Confluence. I love Confluence as well. I love the integration, the way we can work across Jira and Confluence, but I did find the way we could list Jira issues. While it's a very powerful feature and I love it, having the ability to see current tasks, their status on a Confluence page, live updated. The listing was great. The way you created these Jira issue lists in Confluence was a bit cumbersome. There was no autocomplete for the JQL. You basically had to just remember. So if you're typing just project equals my project, that was easy. But if you needed to sort by assignee or stuff like that, it quickly got complicated. So you basically needed to create your filter in Jira and then paste it into Confluence. That is changing and has changed. I don't know how far this is rolled out, but I've seen it in quite a few of the Confluence instances that I have access to. You actually get autocomplete JQL. You get the ability to add, remove columns, drag and drop your columns across here. A way smoother way of working with your Jira lists in Confluence. Love it. And if anyone hasn't experienced the old way of doing this, I think you can still access the Jira Issues legacy macro in Confluence and give it a go. You'll see. You'll see what I mean. Switching back to Jira, we can now bulk edit issues directly from the backlog. Select the number of issues, click Edit, get a sidebar popping up here. Choose the fields you would like to edit. Make your changes. And save. Great stuff. So for move on, like setting a bunch of issues to a higher priority, bulk assigning, stuff like that, yeah. All directly from the backlog now. In between Jira and Confluence, this, as far as I know, hasn't rolled out that broadly yet, but you should all see it fairly soon. The ability to create a Confluence page directly from a Jira issue. Now this goes by fairly quickly, but notice how the page is created, published, closed, linked to the Jira issue, all without leaving Jira. And this will, in the near future, be joined by the ability to create and attach whiteboards, Confluence whiteboards, directly from Jira issues as well. You'd be hard-pressed not to have noticed this, because I've seen it pop up as a reminder in many, I log into different Jiras all the time, and every time you log into a Jira, you get this here, hey, there's this command palette, but I still like to highlight this, just in case you've ignored this. Do give it a go. Command K or Control K on a Windows machine. Type anything you're looking for, like the name of a board, a feature you'd like to access. So in a moment we'll see it switching. So here we're looking up administrative features, This uses an admin. Give me dark mode. So basically a shortcut to anywhere in Jira. And this should be available to everyone. Also, Christopher, you had the honor of being the bearer of bad news a couple of meetings ago, that Jira Work Management was being kind of decoupled. So up until now, and this has been the case with server and data center as well, you would have, if you bought a Jira software license or Jira Service Management license, you would get Jira Work Management with that product. Atlassian made the announcement last year that this would no longer be the case, but they heard the feedback and decided against it. So work management stays bundled. There's loads more. All of this, we've had the question pop up every now and then. All of this is cloud only. Atlassian is a cloud-first company, so most of these exciting new features are only in the cloud. But that doesn't mean data center doesn't get any love. I don't know actually if we do have any people here on data center still. Maybe I should just skip over this quickly, but I kept it in here.
Oh, it's okay. We still have a data center.
Yeah. So first thing of note is that we're actually now seeing the first versions of on-prem, like when you go to download a new version of Jira Confluence, we're starting to see versions that do not support server licenses. End of support for server is only roughly 3 weeks away, 15th of next month. So it makes sense to stop releasing versions that support that license. I believe it's like from 9.13 and onwards for Jira, something like that. But we're still seeing improvements. In Jira, we are getting, and these are actually inherited, these were released some time ago for cloud, for automation. The ability to look up issues, to create variables. I love this. So you can like do a quick calculation or something, save it as a variable, use it again later on as in a rule. Automation is becoming more and more like actual click and play programming. You're getting the ability to filter assignee and reporter by who has access to a project. Before, when you went to look up a assignee or reporter, it was global across Jira. Rich text gadgets for dashboards, replacing the HTML gadgets, which was a huge security hole, potentially. Bulk edit of descriptions in the bulk edit feature, and the ability to add watches on create. This previously required a plugin. Jira Service Management, again, this has been available in cloud for quite some time, but we get the ability to have multiple knowledge-based spaces from Confluence per service management portal. We get the ability to let our Confluence users have read-only access to assets. So assets comes built in, same as advanced roadmaps comes built in with data center. So assets comes built in with service management. Now we can let our Confluence users read from that. And improvements to the mobile app specifically for service management. It was pretty good for software before, getting much better for service management. Confluence, and again, feature we've had in cloud for quite some time, the ability to put captions and images, the ability to paste without keeping the original formatting, so it's Control-Shift-V as far as I recall. We're getting the slash shortcut that we already know from cloud for accessing macros, and the ability to sort our tables while editing. Also, Atlassian Intelligence has become generally available. I will hold off on giving my thoughts on this. I'm considering perhaps doing a presentation on this at some point, but I would like to just ask you if any of you have tried it, if you've made any experiences with it, and what they've been.
Played a bit with it in Jira, but we upgraded to the premium there.
I think right now it's more of a gimmick where you can get it to write the text in a certain way or something. It's not as useful, but testing it out in Confluence, I think that we really want to upgrade pretty much based on that functionality, because it's pretty awesome with the summarize function, both for internal, for long pages, but also that we can do a summary of a Slack channel or whatever else. So I think that's where the power is, as far as I'm concerned. It could be that we missed something here where we are missing out on potential, but we didn't find that where we say, wow, this is more awesome than it's just fun.
Yeah. I found and I said I wouldn't say anything about it, but I found the way it can translate natural language into JQL for you. I found that fairly interesting. So show me all of the bugs that were resolved last week by someone, and it'll perform a JQL search. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Anyone else?
Just a question. Is it still only available in English? Because we operate so much in Danish in our Jira instance that I haven't taken a closer look since the data was only English.
From my knowledge, and Sven, correct me if I'm wrong, it understands multiple languages and it'll return replies in the language you are using the product in. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's what I also. I mean, I never tried it in German, but.
No. So I log in.
But that's what I assumed, that it's available in different languages.
Yeah, because I tried it with again. I said I wouldn't say anything.
It's okay.
I tried it. I log into any software product basically and use the English translation whenever I can. I hate Danish translations of software in general, not just Atlassian's products. But I often type stuff in Confluence in Danish, and the summarize function will then read the page and summarize it back to me in English.
I'll have to check it more out, but we have some compliance issues with it.
Yeah.
That's basically what stops us from adopting it right now.
It has its own set of terms and conditions. Yeah.
I'm not even going to ask legal about it.
So, if you like, I have an Atlassian instance I can grant you access to that's full of just random like sample demo data.
Right.
So have a go. So
I'll reach out, but I just don't want it too much when I can't have it.
I must say the ask that's coming soon. That you can just like search and then ask the AI. That's a game changer actually, because I mean everyone has probably tried searched in Confluence, right? Getting the right results is, say, at least tricky sometimes. Right? But the Ask AI is so powerful. That's so good. I was just like looking for a project that I knew is somewhere in the Confluence instance, and just like asking, hey, what was the project? It called Race of the Machines, and that was our first attempt to go to the cloud. And we just like wanted a summary, and it gave me a summary. It gave me the pages where it gets a summary. That's actually the search I was waiting for in Confluence for years to come. So that's really good.
yeah. I've only seen the demos but it looks really powerful. So like the demos from Team, where they were asking like how many sick days do I get in a year, or they'll just look up. Yeah, really interesting stuff. Yeah. Well, I think timing-wise, I did pretty good.
Do you have time for this? A very quick question.
Yeah, of course.
The data, do you have any experience with the database option that we don't have in Confluence?
We have done some like toying around with it, but I haven't seen it in production use yet.
We are trying.
Yeah.
But it's very beta still. So you want to have one database somewhere and only present certain views of that in other places. That's where we are having a few issues. If you want to embed it on another page, that functionality seems really half-baked still.
there's a reason there's the beta tag on
Yeah.
it still. Yeah.
Looks good. We actually wanted to buy the app before Atlassian acquired it. But when we made the decision to buy it, Atlassian acquired it, and we had to sit and wait, and now we get a half-baked beta, so we're waiting, but it looks really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because very much like that, you just didn't have time to play with it yet. So.
No, but it will make it so much easier to organize information once we can embed it properly different places and set the views that they want. Because right now it looks like it's just a standard embed, and we could put a query on the link that you embed in Confluence, but it's not ready for users yet.
Yeah, because we have also too much data still lying around in Excel sheets that this could facilitate.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Thank you. How it works, go ahead.